Hi everyone, welcome. This is our prediction video for the WWE event, Elimination Chamber, that will take place on May 31st. So we're just going to go ahead and start and see, we're going to go ahead and start with the matches that will take place. Now the first match that is scheduled to take place is going to be a three-way between Nikki Bella, Paige, and Naomi. So what do you think is going to happen?
Well, I believe that in this match, since they haven't built up enough of a feud between Naomi and Paige themselves, because they're going to have their own little individual feuds later on, which might coincide with Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella is probably scheduled to retain, and that's what I feel because they're not ready to go away with the Bellas yet. They still want her to have that championship since now they made the Bellas faces. So I predict Nikki Bella will retain. So what are your thoughts?
Well, what my thoughts is, they do. I think she is gonna retain the belt, because they're not really giving a push to any other female wrestlers. But I think this is just something to wet the whistles of the people to get out there a little bit, and then they're gonna. I do think they might have her feud with either Paige or Naomi, or either they might get a new diva to come in and wrestle. So because you never know. Okay, and then moving on towards the next match I schedule is going to be Neville versus Bo Dallas. Now, what do you think about this match?
I think they're going to have Neville go over on Bo because Bo already had his introduction. Bo already had his winning streak when he came in a couple of months ago. I think last year he was in. He was out with an injury. Neville's going to go over because they really are high on Neville, and eventually Neville will have a singles title. More than likely, he'll have the IC belt later on in the future, maybe 7 months down the line. That's just my opinion. Your thoughts?
I think this match is just to give Neville a bit more of a push, actually, because I don't think Bo Dallas is gonna. He's still gonna be the same way, but I think Neville, they want to just get him out there because he does have potential, but I don't. Unfortunately, WWE doesn't really give like the main event status to wrestlers like Neville, but you never know what's gonna happen. So what we have next is the Elimination Chamber match. It's going to be Sheamus, Ryback, R-Truth, King, Barrett, Rusev, and Dolph Ziggler. Now, what do you think is going to happen? Oh, is this it's for the IC belt? Okay, so what do you think is going to happen?
Well, Rusev, we just found out today, last night I just found out Rusev is not going to be in that match, so I don't know who's going to replace him.
Oh, okay.
I think going into this match, for the person who's going to actually get the IC belt, both of your Rusev, they, kind of do damage control for the fact that they've already ruined his character by making him really weak against Cena, because nobody can get over Cena ever. Like, Cena has to be the number one guy no matter what. So Rusev's character is done. He was supposed to get the IC belt. I felt he was. That's how I would have booked him, so he would have been, have that consolation prize since they already broke away from Lana. Since Rusev isn't going to win the title, which I hadn't picked, they're going to let Sheamus get the IC belt, which he doesn't need. He doesn't need it. He doesn't deserve it. Sheamus is just one of Triple H's workout buddies. But in the worst case scenario is Sheamus winning it. The best case scenario would be, I don't know, maybe Ziggler winning it again, but I'm not really that excited about this match. The Daniel Bryan injury is very unfortunate for fans of Daniel Bryan. I'm a fan of Daniel Bryan, but at the end of the day, he came back too early. Maybe they rushed him back. I don't know the circumstances. I hope that even if he never comes back to wrestle again, I hope that he lives a life that's healthy for him, pain-free, because at the end of the day, they're not just athletes, they're people too, and they have lives outside of the wrestling ring. What are your thoughts on who you think should win?
Well, who I think should win, is Dolph Ziggler. Because I think the rest of the guys in this match, aside from Sheamus, aren't. They're just going to be mid carders for now. They're not going to get any pushes at all. This should be a decent match because Ziggler and Barrett Our Truth is good. Ryback isn't much to talk about. He's a little bit too beat up potatoes. Doesn't really do anything special. But I actually what unfortunately I do think is that Sheamus is gonna win, just because of the fact that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is coming up. Actually, I think they're gonna do that just so they could promote the movie, and say, hey, we got our new champion, and we're also gonna he's starring in a movie. It's just gonna be a little promotion there. I think that's what they're gonna do.
He's playing Rocksteady in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too, so that should be interesting. Not good, interesting, but
Right.
the reboot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles wasn't too horrible. I just thought the Turtles looked kind of weird. But moving on, what's the next match?
Okay, and we have the tag team match. It's gonna be Lucha Dragons, New Day, Power Positivity, Ascension, and it's also gonna be Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. So, what do you think is gonna happen in this match?
And the Ascension 2 is going to be in that match.
Yes, Ascension, yes.
Well, the ideal situation would be since the heel gimmick is over for the New Day, they started off as faces at one point. I expect them to retain because they're going to have a 3-on-2 advantage because I'm assuming they're going to find some way to cheat. And that's fine because they're heels, they're supposed to cheat. I would prefer having Tyson and Cesaro win it, but they don't necessarily need to have the titles to be over because they're already over as faces. They started off as heels, but gradually the fans are just like, we like this team, we don't care if they're heels, period. So now they're faces. So I expect New Day to retain. I don't expect Ascension to be anywhere near the title picture, period. But they're just in there just to have them in there. So I expect New Day to retain by cheating only. And that's fine because they're heels. That's what I expect. I would prefer it Cesaro and Tyson got the title spec, but it doesn't matter either which way because the tag belts are always starter belts, in my opinion.
True. I still have to agree with you. They just give it to New Day, just to go ahead and continue with having just having a heel win, just to get the fans more riled up and stuff like that. And plus, their power of positivity is it's going over well with the fans. And why are they gonna strip the titles from a group that the fans really like, even though they're heels, the fans still get into it. Now, moving on, the next match we have is John Cena versus Kevin Owens. And what do you think about this match?
Well, for those unfamiliar with Kevin Owens, and I'm one of those people that didn't know about Kevin Owens until he was brought into WWE, because I wasn't paying much attention to the indie scene. He used to go by the name of Kevin Steen, or Kevin Stein, I don't know how you pronounce it. And he's a really good guy. He's a fantastic person. He does really good promos. And I think that in order for him to be as strong as they built him up to be in NXT, because he won the belt shortly after he came to NXT off of Sami Zayn, who was also a phenomenal wrestler. And it had such a good promo, you name it. He is leaps and bounds better than the John Cena character. Again, I am not a John Cena hater. I do not hate John Cena. I dislike his character, but I do not hate him. I just feel that the John Cena character needs to be at that level to say from down to the mid card. He needs to elevate somebody else, and somebody else needs to beat him, period, only for the fact that one day John Cena's going to leave. And when John Cena leaves, it's done. That's it. You need to move on to another superstar. They did that with Roman Reigns. But Kevin Owens himself, he's a different kind of he's been doing wrestling longer than John Cena. He's just better talent in my opinion. So I predict Kevin Owens winning. I don't care how he wins. He can cheat, underhand. I don't care. I predict him winning to be an upset because they're gonna have to bring him to the main roster sooner than expected because Rusev is out until August from the leg injury he suffered on a match with Ryback. That just aired this Thursday just passed. Today's Friday before Elimination Chamber. What are your thoughts on Kevin Owens and John Cena match?
Unfortunately, I think this is gonna be a good match, and I think it is gonna happen is they're gonna let Cena win. It's gonna be a very good match. It's gonna be nice and long, but they're gonna let Cena win, and I think they're gonna eventually have Owens win on a Raw, I think, yeah, I think they could probably have him win on a TV show because they're not gonna give it to him on the pay per view. And then the final match is going to be scheduled as for Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. Now, what do you think about this match?
Well, this should be the best match of the night, and it's interesting to see how far these two athletes have come since they've been first. They were in mid card, both of them were mid card, both of them were part of the Shield. Then Dean was US champion for a long time. Seth and Roman Reigns were tag team champions, so they held the belts for a while. This match should be good, really good, because I saw them live in a house show in San Jose, California, and it was a good match. It was a really great match. It was better than any other match they had at a pay-per-view at that point, because that's when Seth had just turned heel and joined the Authority. I think this will be the best match tonight, and I predict that with cheating, of course, which is fine, because Seth is a heel character, Seth will retain against Ambrose. They could also turn in, since the whole Roman Reigns face angle isn't working so well, because they're trying really hard with Roman Reigns, pushing him as the face and the base. And some fans aren't buying him. Some fans are not buying what they're telling. And they're pairing him up with Ambrose. They're pairing him up to everybody. Like, they could have him walk a nun across the street, hand out cookies to starving kids. And there's a lot of people that do not like Roman Reigns. And that's fine. It's their perspective. I don't like Roman Reigns either. But at the end of the day, I think you need to make him a heel, and he should cost Dean Ambrose the match. That would add a little bit of spark and interest in the actual Roman Reigns character, because all you have him do is 6 moves, maybe even 5. He might have done 7, I don't remember for a fact. But he doesn't have what I consider the it factor. He has a look, fantastic look, great look, but he can't talk, and his wrestling ability sinks. Hogan couldn't wrestle either, but Hogan could talk. Hogan had a presence around him. When Hogan said something, even though it sounded corny, even though it was like to the point where you heard it before, people looked at Hogan and just like, he knows how to carry himself. Roman Reigns doesn't have that, in my opinion. But Ambrose and Seth Rollins will have a fantastic match. However, in order for me to finish, I'm predicting is Roman Reigns will cost Ambrose in some way, mistakenly of course, the championship, so that there'll be a divide between them, and Ambrose should heel. Not Ambrose, Reigns should heel. I apologize. What do you think?
I don't think they're gonna make Reigns a heel yet. I think they are gonna keep on trying to push him as a face. He's probably gonna get involved in the match, but his actions aren't going to necessarily determine the outcome. I still think Kane's going to be involved, and they're going to let Seth win it for a while. What really surprised me is that it's just the amount of matches that are taking place tonight. It's not that's going to take place at the pay-per-view. It's not a very significant amount. But I do think Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins will be the match tonight. They're both very good workers. They're both very good wrestlers. They have a lot of moves. They're not meat and potatoes guys. They're not either a one-trick pony. So I do think this will be the match of the night. And second, I think will be the Elimination Chamber for the IC belt. That's going to be the second match tonight. And I think the third match is going to be John Cena versus Kevin Owens. I think it's going to be a good match, even though John Cena is limited as well. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I predict that I think it's going to be a okay match because because of the gimmick, Elimination Chamber. The most anticipated match will definitely be the Divas match and the tag team title match, only because there's too many tag teams in that particular match, and I expect the finishes to be really fast. Like, teams will be eliminated fast. And there you go. I really wonder if they're going to replace Rusev with anybody. But yes, Sheamus, I didn't find out until recently. Sheamus is definitely going to walk out the champion. I would prefer Ziggler, but Ziggler at this point, there's nothing you can do with him already. They pushed him down the ladder so much he's going to be mid-card forever. He's never going to be the main event guy because they don't believe in guys like him as far as his build goes. His build, his physical stature. So Me and Dale will be back for a review of Elimination Chamber Monday, and we hope that you guys enjoy it exclusively on the WWE Network. Only because if you're in the States, that's the only way you can watch it. Because the WWE has, I think their contracts are up with whatever cable companies that were endorsing them or providing the pay-per-views. So anyone who doesn't have a laptop, a PS3, a PS4, an Xbox 360 or Xbox One, or a Kindle, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot see the pay-per-view unless you have the WWE Network. Again, not promoting WWE Network, just letting everybody know who doesn't know. So, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Please comment, like, hit the like button, and subscribe to us for a lot more wrestling videos. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for listening, guys.